Welcome to Says the Brown Girl. My name is Diamond, and I'm a brown girl with a voice who doesn't mind being heard. So listen up, I've got a word, and it might be just for you. Today's poem is entitled Naive, written by myself. Here goes. I was so naive to believe that you were innocent, that your heart was pure and you were heaven sent, and that's my fault for neglecting to see you for who you really are, for trying way too hard to see the good. It's hard, but I'm ready to accept that it is what it is and nothing more. Thank you. Today I want to talk about seeing people's true colors. Yes, sometimes that can be hard for others, sometimes it's pretty easy. People like to say, "Oh, I saw it coming." Yeah, but sometimes that is not the case. So, I want to talk about being naive, being vulnerable to people, and then, something doesn't go your way or something switches up. You are devastated or shocked or flabbergasted. So, I want to help you to overcome that, help you to combat that, help you to get through it if it has already happened to you. So, the first step that we can take to overcoming this naive gullibleness is to pay attention to people's actions. What do they do on a day to day basis? Also, pay attention to their words. Do their actions and their words align with each other? If their actions and their words do not align for a majority of the time, then bam, that is your red flag. And I want you to pay attention to red flags. Do not ignore them. Do not think, oh, it's a coincidence. Oh, it just happened, it was nothing. No. Everything is a sign, and I want you to be aware of that sign. Number 4, don't be a victim of foolery. Okay? Don't be a victim of foolery. How can you avoid being a victim of foolery? By not expecting anything. If you don't set expectations for someone, then you will not be as disappointed in someone. The key phrase I always hear, I expected more from you. That's your problem. Sometimes people don't even expect much from themselves, so you setting expectations for someone else without knowing their ability or capabilities, that's just setting you up for failure. Now, I don't want you to confuse setting expectations with setting standards. Setting standards, it's having respect for yourself and finding qualities that you would like to see in another person. That is exceptionally fine. Setting expectations for someone is expecting them to actually stand by those standards. People are their own person, and you expecting a particular person to actually go by your standards and respect them is two totally different things. When we don't set expectations for people, we are able to take things as they are. We're able to accept them. It is what it is. Stop making up excuses for people in their actions. Stop doing that. We want to see people as good. We want to believe that we will be treated how we treat others. The human mind, the human brain, the human heart just wants to believe that the way we treat people is how people will treat us. And if you are alive in 2020 like me, you are well aware that that is not the case. As much as we want it to be, that is not the case. But I want all of my listeners to be aware. Don't always expect someone to betray you or, turn their back on you or do something crazy. But be aware when it happens. it's a possibility. Don't always expect the good out of people, or don't always think that, this person would never do that to me. This person would never do that. Everybody's capable of something. When you get pushed to a point, everybody is capable of something. So, I want you to be mindful. I want you to be aware, and I don't want you to be a victim of foolery. You know, examine the facts. Examine the facts. Use your intuition and really figure things out. Don't assume things, good or bad. Don't assume. Go with the facts. Go with your intuition. And I don't want my people to be naive, That's a weakness that you can work on. And sometimes it happens, but I just want, if you're under the sound of my voice, be aware. Awareness. Aware of the things around you, aware of the people around you, aware of intentions, just things like that. Ooh, if you are hearing this right now, you are like one of the first, but y'all, I am working on a book. Yes, a poetry book composed of some of the poems that you've heard, but they're going to be on pages, and some new ones. And I'm super excited about this. A book of poetry is called an anthology, so that's how I'll refer it to. My first anthology. How exciting. My work is never done. I'm, like I said before, I'm always doing something, and it just, I don't know, it just fulfills me. I've been super excited to work on this. I've been working on it every day. I have a lot completed, but I'm nowhere near finished, and I'm so excited to reach out to old connections that I've made. It's important to make connections, y'all. It's super important to make connections with people around you. We all have something that we are good at. Just like I was talking about in innovation, everybody's good at something. We all have different ideas, and we're all talented and gifted. I know how to make poetry, but I'm not an English teacher. I don't know all of my grammatical mistakes. I don't know, some of the words that I say, the way that I put them is not grammatically correct to be put in a book. So I'm going to need help on how to strategize and format my book. So I'm going to reach out to multiple people that I know in poetry, people that I know who work with English and like making books, and I need to know how to publish a book, so I'm going to need somebody for that. I'm going to need art for my book. I'm no artist, so I'm going to need an artist. And it's just connections that I've made over the years in my life, and people that I've known and, heard them talk about their passions. That's who I'm going to go to for that. And so, super important, you all, to make connections, get involved with people around you, find out their talents so that you can not use them, but, gain from them. And you all are able to work together and innovate, create. So excited. But that's a project near and dear to my heart that I hope to bring to life sometime next year. So be on the lookout for that. That's all I have to say for today. This is Brown Girl signing out.